outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Hey, that's Christmas music.
You know what? It's apropos today. I just got this from Kim down in the Woodstock area. Make sure your windshields are cleared. So as well as Niagara District School Board, we have confirmed now that Niagara Catholic Board also. So all schools in Niagara Falls with the District School Board and the Catholic Board are closed today. Nothing outside here in Toronto, really, a little bit. But down in St. Catharines, over in Belleville, down in Fort Erie, heavy snow. So if you are traveling down in that area, also be warned as well.
Plan some extra time, or even better yet, it's Friday. If you could maybe work from home.
Hey, it's Friday. Marco.
There it is.
A little slow off the mark there, Marco.
We got to get him on cue. No, that was great. Okay, we're going to be talking about Air Canada. So yesterday we were talking about how there was a phone that caught fire, and it startled many passengers on this flight. It was a flight from Toronto to Vancouver, and when people landed, they had quite some words to say.
It looked like a small campfire-sized plane. And my first thought was, oh my God, I got to get off this plane.
So a woman's Air Canada, she was on Air Canada's flight, and her cell phone caught fire while the jet was sitting on the tarmac yesterday here in Toronto. She suffered minor burns on her hands, and she was treated later on, taken to hospital. But after a couple-hour delay, they were able to make their way to Vancouver. But there were many, conversations as to what the cause of this could have been.
On top of all this, we have a story going on right now where there is someone out in the Vancouver area that right now is going after Apple because their house burned down, and fire officials traced it to a phone, to their Apple phone that was plugged in. But it may not be the phone. I have noticed that when I buy a third-party cord, just a cord, you find those cords that aren't from Apple, the dollar store, something like that. I look at the wires closely. If you look at they're not well put together at all.
You have to be really careful about that. Sometimes they get frayed. If you buy a third-party cord that isn't necessarily supported, sometimes that could be a little bit dangerous. There was a lot of speculation, too, that it might have been one of those Samsung Note 7s that we saw some issues with back a little while ago. Turns out the phone was an LG phone. No confirmation as to what part of the phone could have exploded or not exploded or caught fire. So it'll be interesting to see what developments come from this and whether any regulations will be changed.
Best words of warning: if your phone's charging, don't leave the house. Don't leave it alone. Keep an eye on it. Be there so that if something does happen, until they can get all of this straightened out. Because those are trickle charge, or they're supposed to be trickle chargers, which means that they shouldn't get that hot. They shouldn't do that. So, but they are.
Always be careful.
So be careful.